Hi to everyone. Guys, how are you? I hope you can hear me and see me well. So please let me know that in the comments. So I'm gonna check also my own stream. Okay, it looks like everything is working. The topic will be interesting. I'll be waiting. Okay, nice. So we're waiting for everyone to join. We're gonna start step by step. Okay, I'm gonna text also the comments. Hey, where are you from? As usual, I'm asking this. So, so today, we have a pretty interesting topic, and in this live stream, I'm putting the 20 seconds rule to the test. Entering a trade only if the signal stays clear and stable for a full 20 seconds. We'll discuss why most entry signals are too shaky, how a simple pause can filter out countless bad trades, and whether waiting just a little longer really leads to steadier, less stressful results. It's not about opening a trade for 20 seconds again, it's about if signal stays clear and stable for a full 20 seconds and only after we open a trade. Because as trades appear in real time, we'll watch how many potential entries vanish or flip direction if you just wait those crucial seconds before jumping in. Um, so we'll find it out. Does a patient approach help you keep your balance and discipline, or are the best moves still the quick ones? Because a lot of people think that, oh, if I'm gonna wait a little bit more, the direction will definitely gonna end, or I'm gonna lose the best entry point and everything. But we're gonna test it out today. So today, all of the actions, thoughts, feelings, situations, totally here in live time, with transparent commentary, no edits as well. You can also even check it out, like for example, open this currency pair now and check it out how it looks like to understand if it's live. Of course, I'm also gonna read your comments. So yeah, hi, hi. Where are you from, Lisa? I'm from Russia. I was telling about that already. Um, okay, okay. So, firstly, guys, we need to set up our settings for opening a trade. The time of the expiration is going to be 3 minutes. Amount of money per trade, we need to use 1% of the balance. Then for the indicators, I'm gonna use definitely MACD, RSI, and we can use also moving averages. It's one of my favorite strategy. For the first moving average, I change period to 14. Then I change here to EMA. For the second moving average period to 8, and we change it to EMA as well. Here it is, and how we get the signals from the moving average is by crossing of the two lines and where they go in the downward direction or the upward direction. By the MACD, we also check the signals. If we see, for example, like here, green pin bars on the histogram crossing the zero level is definitely a buy signals. Also, two lines of MACD crossing each other, and from bottom to top they're going in the upward direction, so it's another buy signal. By the RSI, we also can see that before it was in the oversold zone and now it's already out of the oversold zone. We can see it's a little bit went lower just because of these candles. So for example, this chart is not that bad, but as we can see, we still don't have the signal from the moving averages, because here two lines also should cross each other, but they're not crossing each other because there's not that consistent upward trend. And we can see that our price can go just in this direction as the sideways movement. It couldn't break this level and reverse in a downward direction pretty strongly, so that's not the best situation, definitely. So that's why we're looking for another currency pair. Here's, for example, pretty good downward trend. Before it was a clear upward trend, it was some sideways movement, and after it started reversing in a downward direction. Here it's pretty good. We can see that support level, for example, is still here, but at the same time, we can see that by the RSI, our price start moving in the upward direction, going out from the oversold zone. Also, we can see that the last candle here, the red one, is the pin bar with a small body and shadows on the upper and the lower, like the same ones. So it's showing already the indecision of the market and that sellers is losing their power. So it's not a really good sign. And here we can see a pretty big green candle that cover completely all of the previous candle here. You see? So that's giving the signal that probably the buyers entered the market and now they're stronger. But here, why I also would not open a trade, because we need to wait for at least 3 green candles happen on the chart. We also need to have more confirmation from all of the indicators by giving us a buy signal, because again, as you can see now, it's a red candle appearing here on the chart. So it could be the continuation of the downward trend even after the spin bar, because at some points there is a corrective candle happens in the market and you think that it started the reversal, but actually it's not. And after our price continue going in the downward direction as it's going now here, for example. So let's check it out something else. I'm gonna check out your comments also if you texted me there's something. Please, I cannot see RSI. Yeah, I see that you don't see RSI. Wait a second. I'm just gonna do it a little bit more. Just like this, you will not see the upper of the screen. MACD and candlestick pattern combined with price action magic combat here. Yeah, but the price action is actually the candlestick patterns also. So let's check it out some other. Good morning. Gonna find out some other currency pairs. So let's check it out. Okay. Here is also not that really confident. Here is the same. Here is also, we can see that it's really small candles here in the chart. Here it's not that also confident, as we can see. Here it could be a great start of the reversal, or at the same time we still need to have more signals from the indicators, because it can reverse or go in the lateral movement. As we can see also, the last green candle is pretty small with a small body, so it could mean also the indecision of the market and that the upward trend is not going to be that strong as we wanted to see. So let's check it out some other currency pairs. Here's pretty good downward trend, but it's a pretty big volatility. We can see it also by the size of the candles. Yeah, not so many charts now. Here's pretty good upward trend, and let's wait here 20 seconds. Now we can see it's 1:30 till the end of this trade. So in 20 seconds, when it's going to be 1:10, we're going to open the trades. We're going to see if we open a trade or not, because it's pretty good upward trend. As you can see, it was a red candle now, but it's now reversed in the upward direction. So we make sure that it's going to be a continuation of the uptrend. So still, of course, if we open it to any more precise entry point, but at the same time, at least now we are sure that it's the continuation of the upward trend, and we can see it clearly by all of the indicators. Two lines of moving average is crossing each other and going up in the same direction. On the MACD, we can see that the last pin bars is green color above the zero level. Two lines of MACD also crossing each other, going up in the same direction. It's another buy signal, and RSI line is moving in the upward direction, straight to the overbought zone. So all of the indicators is working, is giving us the same signal. At the same time, we can see a pretty consistent upward trend by the candlestick pattern. There is no like pin bars or other candlestick patterns that's saying us about the start of the reversal of something. At the same time, of course, you need to understand that even with a really nice analyzing as with a good entry point, when you were sure that the trade will go in the upward direction, for example, you will close the trade on plus, you still don't have the guarantee that it will actually go like this. Because at some point in the last 5 seconds, it can reverse in a different direction. For example, it's going to be like this, some kind of the red candle correction one that happened on the market, and you cannot do anything with that. Even though it was a consistent upward trend, you were in the plus all of the trade, but after in the last second, it changed. So for this, it's really important to use only 1% of your deposit, use the cash up system, money management. So that's how you don't risk more than 1%, and you can always have the possibility to open the catch up in case of something. But for now, as you can see, it's going really good, because the time of the expiration is also really important. For example, if you open a trade for 2 minutes, you'll close the trade in a plus in the same entry point with the same currency pair and everything. But if you will open in 3 minutes, for example, in the last minute that you didn't have in the first trade, your trade start fluctuates, for example, and you don't close the trade in the plus. So everything here is really important. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, that was pretty close. You could see that. So That's why I always need to have a money management and risk management and follow it. They might have bad internet connection. Try to turn it off and turn it on again. Um, Guys, staying on one currency doesn't make any sense. You have to switch to find the perfect trend. That's true. That's true. Yeah, because here I don't like already a little bit the chart because we achieved our previous resistance level and we can see some red candle here. So it's better to wait here so we can be sure about all of this. It's really confusing. What do you mean it's confusing? Please just stay in one currency. Unfortunately, it's impossible to do. As you can see, it's reversed here. So we open a trade in the plus. First of all, I was just looking for the different currencies to find the best one. And now we're staying at one currency pair, at least if it's not going to change, if it's going to be really good upward trend as it's here, if it's not going to be volatility or reversals or something else, when I don't like already the currency pair, we're going to stay at one currency pair. I'm not the fan of changing the currency pair every trade, definitely, but if the situation says so, well, why not? Because it's better to change currency pair and find something better. As the other person said here in the comments, you have to switch to find the perfect trend. Because what sense to stay at one currency pair if it's not good anymore? If it's volatility, if it's a lot of the fluctuations, if it's, for example, sideways movement, when there's no trend, it's impossible to trade there. Like if you want to have a minuses, okay, you can stay at the same currency pair and just trade in the minus every time and have all of the losses. But if you don't want to do that and you don't want to have this kind of the result, of course, you need to change the currency pair. What are the settings of MA? So the first one, period 14, and we change it to EMA. And the second one is 8 and EMA also. 14, 8. And we change it to EMA because by the default settings, it's SMA every time. So you can see now it's reversed. Oh, it's going up again lower a little bit. Yeah, it fluctuates a lot here. It could be the start of the reversal already because we can see that our price cannot break this level. And it's always fluctuating here. Okay, now we're in the plus again. Okay, it's 20 seconds. Let's see. So. It's always around their entry points. I'm gonna drink the water, guys. Damn. Okay, as we can see, at the last second, it's reversed pretty strongly. So here we're gonna change this time to 3 minutes. And we're gonna open here a catch up. Because you're changing your expiration time and time frame. First of all, I never changed the time frame for now. Only now I changed the time of the expiration to 3 minutes. Before it was 3 minutes, I changed it to 2 minutes. But guys, at the same time, I'm always saying to you that you're not following a trade on the live stream. I'm gonna text it in the comments. Don't need to follow trade on live stream. Because here is a big delay. I just don't get what is your question about why I'm changing the expiration time frame. It doesn't really matter for the live stream because we're not trading. I mean, we're not having a trading session now, and you don't need to follow the trades. So what was the question? I don't know. I can change the time frame and time of the expiration how I want because today we're not having a trading session for now. It's just a live stream. The trading session we're gonna have after in the VIP channel where I send you the signals because even when I do test trading session, for example, on the YouTube, I'm sending you the signals in the Telegram, in the group. So that's how you don't have any delay. Today it was no announcement of the trading session. It was just a live stream. So on the live stream, it's a really big delay. You can check it out and you can see that you have a delay definitely of 15-20 seconds. So if you will open a trades with me on the live stream, you're gonna have a really different entry point from me. Do you need that? I don't think so. But at the same time, you can check it out, the charts with me and everything to analyze it together. So that is it. What is the 20-second rule? 20-second rule is when you see the situation that you like and you think, okay, I need to enter right now, I need to open a trade. At this point, the 20 seconds rule recommend to wait 20 seconds to be sure in the signal because a lot of people, for example, when they see that, oh, it's definitely started the reversal, but they don't see any signs actually of that. And at this point they need to wait, for example, to see 2 3 red candles on the chart to be really sure that it's the reversal. But they were not waiting and they started opening a trade. It could be not even 20 seconds, it could be more, 30, 1 minute, and everything, that you need to wait to be sure in open trade. Because also a lot of people think, oh, if I'm not going to open a trade now, it's going to reverse in a different direction, I'm not going to have a good entry point. But if you think like this is probably not your situation, because I need to be really sure, need to wait to find a good entry point, and 20 seconds will not change the situation. I mean, it will just make you be even sure about opening a trade in this direction or not. Um, so when you made the catch up for a sell, how did you make sure it was going to reverse downwards with just one red candle? That's a good question. We closed the trade on plus. As you can see, there's some kind of the candlestick pattern. Like when you see that the last green candle on the, I'm gonna open another trade here. You can see that the last green candle here has the small body and also the lower wick. Lower wick is not that really important for us here, but anyway, we see the small body of the green candle. And here, when we were trading it, that's why we couldn't open and close the last trade in the plus, because we opened the trade here in the upward direction and it was fluctuating every time. So in real time, we could see that the buyers and sellers were really fighting between each other, and the buyers cannot be stronger than the sellers. That's also one of the signs. And we were looking all of the trade like this, that it was always changing to green candle to red candle, green candle, red candle, but it was really small. But after eventually this candle closed like this, we didn't close it in the plus because it was lower than our entry point. And after we could see this big red candle happen on the chart, that absolutely, you can imagine this as it ate the previous green candle, you see. So the red candle, the first one, is so much more bigger than the previous green one, showing that the sellers is so much stronger. As you can see, it's, I think, 4 times bigger than this one. So that's how we can see here. For example, it was the same situation. It was a short downward trend, and we can see here the body of the red candle, and we can see after the body of the next green candle, and it absolutely ate it. It shows that the buyers is so much stronger than the sellers because the body of the candle is also bigger. So this is also one of the candlestick pattern that you need to check it out if you open the reversals. And here, as we can see, it's going really well without any problems. So yeah, this is one of the rule for the reversals. I'm not really big fan on trading on the reversals, but I just decided not to change the chart, as a lot of people asked me not to change the chart today. As it's going for now good, we're opening a trade here, it's fine. So that's why we open here a trade in the downward direction. Okay, trading a different currency pair after a win is the exact same as when you lose. It's the difference between gambling and trading. Mm, I mean, if you don't want to change the currency pair, it's fine. You can stay at one currency pair. I'm not saying that you need to change the currency pair every trade or something else. But if I see that the currency pair is not great, what should I do? To stay on the currency pair with really a lot of the fluctuations, volatility, absence of the trend? I don't know who gave you this idea that you need to stay only at one currency pair, you need to trade only on Euro slash USD or Euro slash GBP, and that's it. This is the only best currency pairs. I don't know who said you that. It's fine. You can have this idea in your mind. It's okay. But at the same time, it's just obvious that if you see that the chart is not great, why you need to stay there? Why we need to continue trading there and trying to get the profit if it's not that easy? If it's so much easier to open a trade somewhere else with consistent upward or downward trend, for example, like this, and just open and close the trades in the plus in a raw, like we do now. That's the question for me. Um, you have to adjust that to the market and the trend, not the other way around. Yeah. Wrong. Switching currency, analyzing the chart, and placing the right trade is no gambling. That's true. That's true. I agree. There is a level on the left side that caused the loss, my dear. What do you mean? On the level side? On the left side? Got a spectacular win, great analysis. Again, I don't recommend to trade on the live stream because it's a big delay. Only mindset and analysis. Yes, that was my exact point. You must have misunderstood what I was saying. Maybe, yes, sorry. Um, wow, what currency? Yeah, as you can see, it's going really well. It's really good to find this kind of the currency pairs. As you can see, payout here is 92%. We're open it straight, already 91, but still it's good. Absolutely clear upward trend. You could open here trade in a raw in the upward direction. You're gonna close all of them. Here, we just didn't close one of the trade because it started fluctuating. It's was start of the reversal, and after it's a clean already downward trend for 5 candles for like 10 minutes already that going. So it's perfect. We're just opening a trade in the sell in the downward direction. We don't even need any analysis anymore. We just open a trade and we follow the trend here. Of course, still need to pay the attention to small things, but for now, the trend is continuing. As you can see, we are achieving the previous support level already. But at the same time, we're gonna check it out how it's gonna go also, because here we can see it's red. That's interesting. We can see the red pin bars on the MACD histogram already intersecting the zero level. Two lines of MACD crossing each other going down in the same direction, but the RSI is the same, by the moving average is the same, so it's strong sell signal, but at the same time starts fluctuating pretty strong, as you can see now. I have missed a lot, just came. Be always on time. What is the best time to trade? There is no best time to trade. It all depends on your style of trading, on what person you are as well, because some of the people is more patient and some of them not. And the people that not that patient, they choose, I think, short time trades. Um, it's not even about that they're not patient, they also can analyze everything more quickly. For example, they don't need to check it out the chart for like hours to understand what trend is that. They can check it out in the few minutes to make the decision. So if you're like this, you want the result more faster, the short-term trades could be for you. Actually, we closed the trade, it was really close actually, but now it could be the start of the reversal here, as you can see, because it's a pretty long lower week on the previous candle here, showing that the sellers were trying to break this level but they couldn't. Also, it reversed pretty fastly, but at the same time it's still the red candle here in the chart, but we're gonna check it out. But as we can see, it's open higher already than, and yeah, it's the green candle already appearing on the chart. So it's better to change this currency pair actually, because for now it's not already moving that great. Here, pretty good upward trends, but we almost achieved the previous resistance level. So this is the question. As you can see, here is the previous resistance level. So it's pretty close, and it's better to find something else instead. Is more consistent upward or downward trend. Here's pretty good downward trend, but again, we don't have any shadows here on the candles. This candle is smaller than the previous one, the green one. So here it's better to wait for more confirmation, because it could be just like here, for example, two red candles, and after it's going to be a continuation of the upward trend. So if you see this kind of the situation, it's better to wait here. We're going to save this currency pair for the future to check it out, but not for now. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so let's check it out. Something else. Here's pretty good upward trend. Let's wait here 20 seconds to be sure in our trades, because we can see it was a pretty good downward trend before. It creates a new support level and start reversing in the upward direction. We already can see two green candles. Yeah, so now we waited a little bit and it a little bit false, but actually it's even better, because that's how we get the better entry point. How accurate is it for AI to trade for you? Not accurate at all. I mean, you can use that for the analyzing, but not for making decisions. You shouldn't listen to AI or something else that give you the exact results and exact decision. And actually now ChatGPT, like before it was like this, like you ask ChatGPT, like give me a signal, and he's giving you a signal like buy or sell. But now it's giving you two different answers. Like for 70%, the probability that the chart will go in the upward direction, the 30% that it will go in the downward direction. So it's giving you this percentages and the difference, that 70-30, for example. And this is how it should be, because even if you are AI, even if you're a trader with a 10 years experience, you will never analyze the situation for 100%. You will not be sure for 100%. So it's always 70-30, for example. So for 70%, you are sure that it will go in the upward direction because of this this, but there's a 30% that's still can happen because it could be some fluctuations, correction candles, volatility, or something else, or maybe you will not have enough entry expiration time, and that's how you will not close a trade in a plus. Um, so it's always 70-30, and you just choose the most probable results, and that's how you open a trade. But at the same time, you cannot be 100% sure the future movement of the chart. For 100% is impossible. Not any AI indicator trader will ever say to you. So I said, I apologize if my statement was misunderstood. No, 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 it's fine. Absolutely, you can say everything that you have in your mind. Gotcha. Sometimes it makes sense to stay on the same chart when they are predictable trends. It always depends on the chart. Yeah, when it's getting crazy, it's better to move on. That's true. That's true. There was a level on the left side when you open the buy trade that's caused the market to reverse. Yeah, but we're already not gonna check it out. Sorry. I look a little bit white. Too much white on the video. No? Okay, so here as you can see, it's reversed already in the upward direction. I'm gonna drink the water. Hey, what's up? All good. 13 seconds. It's going pretty well, as you can see. Firstly, it was kind of crazy because we got this red candle just as a correction one, and that's when you can see that the time of the expiration is really important, because at some point you're not in the plus, but after you have some time and you're in the plus again. So here we open a trade again in the upward direction. It's pretty big green candle though, and after this kind of big movements, it could be the correction in a different direction. Correction in a different direction. Today is the rhythm. Yeah, we're gonna check it out something else, but that's how you also need to wait for the situation to be really really sure, and after only open a trade. Here's a pretty good one. It was a really good downward trend, but at the same time here again it's better to wait, because we can see that price cannot break this level already for the 3 candles. If it will go higher, yeah, we can open a trade here in the upward direction. So here is better to wait, and for example time of the expiration would be like 4 minutes. As you can see now, it started breaking this level. So we're gonna open here a trade in the upward direction. By all of the indicators, we also have a signal. On the MACD, the green pin bars is crossing. As you can see, it's going really well now. The green pin bars is crossing the 0 level. It's the first buy signal. 2 lines of MACD crossing each other, going up in the same direction. Another buy signal. By the RSI, also the line moving in the upward direction. Now it's at the level 50, and it's a little bit fluctuates, but it's fine. So we're just gonna wait. We're gonna put it here on the, and now it's a little bit reversed, so that's why I took here a little bit more time. Here's a pretty good downward trend also. It was the upward trend before, now it's the downward trend. We're gonna open a lot of the trades. And after you're gonna open the catch up after, because here we're still not in the plus. As we can see, just reversed in the downward direction, even though it was pretty good start of the upward trend, even by the indicators and everything. Maybe we will still close it and it will reverse in the upward direction. As you can see now, it's going a bit closer to our entry point, but at the same time it's fine. This kind of the situation happens, and we always can recover after our losses. Can you talk on expiration time, like when on should use 2, 3, 4 minutes? Well, it's all dependent on the situation, and actually, it's mostly about the experience. You understand what time of the expiration to use, but I can say to you, 2 minutes you can use when you see absolutely. I will try to find this kind of the situation to you. For example, here, if you see that it's pretty good already, let's open it for 2 minutes here. We can see that before it was the upward trend, pretty strong, all good. Yeah, it was the fluctuations, but it was still nice. After, we can see that it achieved this resistance level and started reversing in a downward direction. And now we can see already for the 6 candles is going in a downward direction without any fluctuations. By the indicators, it's all clean. The red pin bars on the histogram crossing the 0 level. 2 lines of MACD crossing each other, going down in the same direction. The same with the RSI line. The same with the moving average, they're almost crossing each other. So that's how we can see that it's really, really confident downward trend without any fluctuations, any volatility, nothing. As you can see, it's just going downward without anything. And we can see also that about the absence of the shadows of the upper lower wicks on the candles. So that's showing that it's not fluctuating, just going downward, downward, downward every time. So this is pretty good sign for opening a trade for 2 minutes, because that's how you will not have any fluctuations, corrections, or something else. So you don't need more time. So you just need 2 minutes. So the trade will go in the downward direction. That's it. Because why we took 3-4 minutes and more? Because when we see that the price is fluctuating a lot, for example, if it was here, I would took more time, because we can see here a lot of the correction candles, right? So I can see it fluctuates a lot. So it's better to take 3-4 minutes, for example, 5 minutes. Depends on the situation. If it's more fluctuating, you take more time. So that's when you understand, okay, the price needs more time to reverse in the direction that I need in case of something. For example, it will go in the downward direction, but then it's the green candle appeared on the chart and you're like, oh my God, what to do? And that's when the additional time, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes more, is getting better to the situation, because that's how the price is reversing in the direction that you need for all of this time. And here, as you can see, yeah, we close the trade in the plus because it's consistent downward trend. Here we're opening a trade down again because that one we didn't close in the plus. That's fine. So again, we're opening down for 2 minutes because it's still consistent downward trend. Of course, it still could be some corrections at the same time, but again, you cannot know for sure from 100%. So this is all about the experience. For example, like now, we got some corrective candle, but we still have a time 1.5 minutes. So that's why also minimum, I recommend to use 2 minutes, not 1 minute, not because if 1 minute we just had, for example, now already 25 seconds till the end. Okay, now it's reversing, even though it's okay, but still 1 minute is not enough. It could be also some corrections, especially in the start of your trade, especially when you're trading already on the long and strong trends, because if it's strong, it could be any corrections at any time, and you cannot predict it for 100%. So it's better to take a little bit more time in advance. I just like the way you're explaining things there. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, now it's 53 seconds till the end. It's going pretty well. So, let's wait. It's a little bit reversing, but for now it's going again good. So it's 30 seconds. Let's wait. So now, as you can see, it's a new candle appeared on the chart. It's going really good in the downward direction. It's pretty nice. Okay, so now it's 3, 2, 1, and we close this trade in the plus as well. As you can see today, the results is really great. Here is all of our trades. It was the first trade. We closed it with a difference of plus 31 points. Then this one we didn't close, but we opened the catch up after here and here, and it was minus 118 and 134 points because it was 2 trades. After we opened this trade, we closed it with a difference of minus 313 points. Here, by the way, I would not open a trade already. I would think about that because, as you can see, it's achieved the previous support level. So after we open a trade here, minus 5 points, already we can see that the downward trend starts slowing down. Also, you can see it, by the way, by the difference of your entry, because as you can see before, it was minus 300, minus 100, minus 120, minus 100, and boom, at the last trade it was minus 5. So that's why we also changed the currency pair. We opened here in the upper direction, we closed that. Then this one we didn't close. This one we closed again, minus 96 point. This one we didn't, and this one we closed. So that's how we made pretty good result, I think, for just 35 minutes of trading. So yeah, guys, we're gonna continue soon trading in the VIP Club channel. So I'm waiting for all of you there. It's absolutely free. So Really happy to see you all of here. And thank you so much. I will see you really soon. If you have any questions, you're always welcome in the Telegram channel. I'm gonna